so good.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kira, and if you don't know, now you know. Hey. Alright, you guys, let's get into this. So today I am doing kind of a different video. As you guys can see from the title, I am going to be talking about something that's a little bit near and dear to my heart, while also getting ready with you guys. So per usual, my brows are done, and then we'll just get to the rest of the face. But I really wanted to talk to you guys about the subject just because, like I said, it's near and dear to my heart. It's something that means a lot to me, and it's something that's very important to me. So I also wanted to, give you guys a little bit more of an insight of who I am, for those of you who don't know, and then for those of you who do know, just give you a little bit more of a story about my adoption and all that good stuff. And my whole idea of even filming this video is just to help someone, hopefully help somebody in their journey of being adopted or trying to adopt in any kind of way. Hopefully this video is helpful, but mostly I just kind of wanted to just talk to you guys and just let you guys know a little bit more about me. If you want to know more about me, and if you're interested in my story, then just keep on watching. All right, you guys, so per usual, these brows are done. I'm gonna go in prime face. So I just want to make a disclaimer though before I jump into this. This is hard for me to talk about. This is not something that is like easy for me to just post. I just want the negative comments to just stay at bay. Like your mama told you, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, okay? None of that gay bashing is gonna happen on my channel. None of that's gonna happen in my comments. I will delete your comment. So watch what you say, be respectful, and don't play with me. Oh. So I'm gonna go into the farsali, and I'll put stuff up on the screen. So, for those of you who do know me, I was adopted when I was 7 years old. Yeah, I was adopted when I was 7 years old, and I was adopted by 2 gay men. How did this happen, shall you ask? My great aunt, she, rest in peace. She used to clean houses for a living, clean houses, buildings, stuff like that. And one of the houses that she cleaned were my adopted parents. I don't know if they had any idea that they wanted to adopt kids, but all I know is that they agreed to it. My mother was, I do want to say, I apologize, Mom, if this makes you feel uncomfortable or any way, but I love you. My mom, she was on drugs. She was young. She was a very young mom. I'm guessing that she didn't really know how to handle being a mom and also being young. My mom was not doing well as far as taking care of us, and my great aunt was way too old. She was too old to take on 2 kids that were 7 and 8 years old. She had been cleaning my parents' house for years, and they became really close. My aunt, I think she was just way too old to even try and take on raising kids. She would take us with her when she would do these jobs, and eventually my aunt got way too old. She pretty much had custody of us because my mom was very unstable, and she would leave quite often and be gone for weeks at a time. My parents, being the amazing people that they are, agreed to it and realized that my aunt cannot take on 2 kids. They agreed to adopt us. Obviously, it was a long process, but eventually they were able to adopt us. Growing up with parents that aren't yours, it's hard. It's not an easy task. It's not something that one just jumps into. As well for my parents, they're raising a kid that's not theirs from the jump. It wasn't an easy thing for my parents. It wasn't easy for me and my brother. I don't even know if my parents wanted kids before us. I have no idea if that was something that was in their future. So they adopted us, and then when we were in the 4th grade, and my parents are 2 gay white men, so not only was I thrown into a dynamic of living with gay people who, when I first moved in with them, I thought they were roommates. Maybe I was naive, but I think I was just too young to really understand that dynamic of 2 men being together. I wasn't around it when I was younger. My mom, she didn't really talk about there's that we might see men together, or we might see 2 women together, as a couple. My mom didn't really talk about that kind of stuff. So, it was kind of a shock. And then when I got to the 4th grade, my brother was in 5th grade. My dad ended up getting my adoptive dad, obviously, but I call him my dad. Like, if I say my dad, I mean my adoptive parents, because they're my parents, you know? So that's who I know as dad. He ended up getting a job offer. He worked for Wine and Kennedy. I don't know if you guys know anything about Wine and Kennedy, but they do advertisements for Nike, Coca-Cola, Fanta. They ended up offering him to move to Amsterdam, and my dad was like, well, we just adopted these kids, you know, let's culture shock them a little bit. We were there for about 5 years, from my 4th grade year up into my freshman year. I mean, freshman year I went to school here. I live in Oregon. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm from Oregon. This is where, like, I've literally been my whole life. When I was in Amsterdam, my brother and I really enjoyed sports. We did a lot of sports being in Amsterdam. And the cool thing about Amsterdam, I mean, Europe really, is that all of the countries are so close together. So you can hop, skip, jump, and be into the next country. You know, summer break, spring break, whatever. My parents would make a point to take us to a different country. So the countries, I'm gonna name them off real quick. We're gonna roll call real quick. Germany, Belgium, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, Italy. If I traveled to Germany or Belgium, it was for sports. It was definitely a different experience, like being adopted, all of that. And not to mention, y'all, I was the only girl between my brother, my 2 parents. Like, I was the only female in the house. So, you know, come period time, that's literally like the biggest question that I get. So what did you do around your period time? Like, what happened? Let me tell you. So I know we're like skipping ahead. I didn't have my period till I was 16. So when I was 16 years old, my parents didn't know what to do. So, you know, my parents have a lot of female friends. He called them. Like, I think it was smart. This lady who is dear to my heart, she was basically growing up like a mom to me. She was an amazing lady. Shout out to you, Carol. I love you so much. She came over. I remember she came over with a big old box full of, it wasn't huge, but it was a box full of like tampons, pad, and basically was like, here, this is what you do, this is how you use it. And yeah, I thank her dearly for that, because I would have been lost. As far as me just being the only woman, like, that was something I definitely had to get used to. So yeah, like, after that, high school was great. I was a cheerleader. I actually really enjoyed high school, not gonna lie. I did get bullied a little bit when I was in Amsterdam, so it wasn't really my favorite. I honestly like did a lot of exploring, but in high school is when I actually gained more friends. When I turned 18 years old, well, actually I wasn't even 18 yet. I was close to 18. I was like a month away. I started being a brat, like, to my parents. Like, I was just rebelling. Like, I would get into arguments / fights at school. Like, if you guys want to know any fighting stories or, you know, drama stories or story times like that, let me know. I can do those for you. I know those are always fun. My brother had left and moved in with my birth mom. I'm really close to my brother. Me and my brother are only 13 months apart, so we were really close. So like, I was at the point where it was like anything that he did, I wanted to do. And for some reason, I just was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make it a living hell for my adoptive parents. And that's what I did. And I am so sorry. I love you guys. Like, my parents eventually, like, it was like a month before my birthday, and they were so fed up. They had dealt with so much crap with my brother because he had rebelled. They didn't want to fight. So they were just like, you want to go? Just go. My mom came and picked me up. Again, Mom, I love you so much. I'm sorry for, you know, saying these things, but I'm telling my truth. I'm telling my story. But it was a mistake. It was a mistake to move in with my mom just because we butt heads. I should have just stayed with my adoptive parents. When I moved in with my mom, at first things were good, but my mom was still an addict. Like, even moving back in with her, she was still an addict. So when I got adopted and we moved to Amsterdam, my mom had a 3rd child, which is my sister, and I'm about 14 or 15 years older than her. You know, obviously when I heard about it when I was like 15 years old, 14 or whatever, like, yeah, I was a little hurt. I was like, damn, okay, so you gonna try harder with this kid, but not with the kids you already had. Like now that I'm older, I know that that was just me being young and, you know, thinking some kind of way. So yeah, I ended up getting a job at Champ Sports, and I was working there for a really long time. I really liked that, but then after a while, it just wasn't enough money. Me and my mom, we were fighting quite a bit, especially after she got married. We were just fighting like all the time, and I was just getting sick of it. I couldn't do it no more. So that's when I started to dance. Yeah, I danced for 9 months or so until I ended up getting pregnant. Then I moved in with my son's father, got a place together, but clearly it did not work out. We mature faster than men, and I just matured faster than he did, and it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I ended up moving back in with my adoptive parents, and it's the best decision I could have made. And even though I say it was a mistake moving back in with my mom, me and my mom, we still have a relationship. It's not the best relationship, but it's a lot better than what it used to be, and I'll take it. I love my mom to death. We don't call each other on a daily basis. I would love to, but I just don't feel like we have that kind of relationship. I mean, and I know she would probably love it if I called her on a daily basis, but I just don't feel that mother-daughter connection like most women do to their moms. Like my friends, you know, like my friends, they could call their mom and just, you know, hit them up. You know, they could call their mom and have them watch their kid. You know, I could probably call my mom and have her watch my son, but I just don't. She's not the first person that I call. I've just found out that me and my mom have a better relationship when we're not under the same roof. It's just a toxic relationship with us under the same roof. So I think she would probably agree that we are better off living separately. Even though me and my mom do not have the best relationship, I don't not want a relationship with my mom. Like, I wouldn't be okay not having a relationship with her. I'm just hoping that this video reaches somebody who is either in a adopted situation or a family who's trying to adopt. I just want you to know that as hard as it may be to go through those kinds of things, there's a silver lining. I know it's so corny, but there is. Not everybody gets that golden opportunity to have amazing adoptive parents, but there are people who are amazing and want the opportunity to adopt. My biggest thing for you guys is to remember to, you know, for those of you who are getting adopted, is to keep an open mind. Yeah, I just want to bring some insight for people who have any questions or doubts about adoption, any questions or doubts about gay people. I'm gonna go into secure and access. I've dated men who literally have been weirded out by the fact that my parents are gay. Like, weirded out. And I'm like, why? You think my parents are gonna hit on you? The freak? Like, really? Come on now. Like, you need to get over yourself, boo. Like, grow up. That stuff is so whack to me. I have been itching. This thing is like, it's in my face, so I'm gonna use it. The glitter is in my face. I'm putting it on my inner corner. The point of this video is not to bash nobody. My mom, anything like that. It's not to bash anybody. It's not to talk bad about my mom, anything like that. It's just to give insight. Like my mom, I think honestly, when it comes to my mom, I feel like she was just too young, to be honest. I think that she was just too young to be a mom. So I'm gonna go into some lip liner. I'm using this Kat Von D liner, and I really hope this matches what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna go into this Smashbox lip color. It's actually really pretty. Oh, B, you stupid. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, let me zoom y'all out, cause y'all, you too close. You too close. I don't know. I hope this helped out somebody. I know I was kind of rambling, but like, this is just something that is really hard to talk about. So it's hard to kind of gather all of my thoughts, but I had an amazing experience being adopted. I really did. Obviously, we had our ups and downs. And I mean, now with me being an adult and living with them, we still have, you know, some issues. Not so much anymore, but we did. I'm gonna take this, what is this? This Nicka K New York. This is just a clear gloss. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of glitter in the middle of my lips. I'm gonna spritz my face really fast. Feels so good. I like to press it on in. So I'm gonna go into the Prosecco Pop. I just hope that it helps someone realize that it's not the end of the world if you get adopted. You should not be embarrassed by it. I don't know everything. I'm not an expert, you know. I just wanted to share my experience being adopted, living in Amsterdam, you know, the things that I went through. I got some crazy stories, boo. So if you guys want any of those, holla at your girl and I'll do it for you. What? Wig, boo. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go finish my hair off camera and then I will be right back to do my outro. All right. So I just wanted to close out this video really fast for you guys. Just say, you know, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. You know, like I said, I really hope that this helps someone realize that being adopted is not something to be embarrassed about. It's not something that you should be ashamed of, especially if you're adopted by gay people. People who are worried about that, it is so immature. My parents and we all went to a movie together. This was around the time that they first adopted us, and we went to a movie together. And I remember this guy just harassing my parents about, you know, oh, you feel good because you adopted 2 black kids, like, you know, just harassing the out of them. And it's like, damn, like, can't even go to a movie with your family without somebody harassing you or thinking that you feel like you're better or superior because you're raising 2 black kids. Well, I go to beauty school and there was an Ethiopian girl who came in and she had been adopted by 2 white people. I mean, they weren't a gay couple, but they were 2 white people, and she didn't seem to be bothered by it. Like, that was her mom. That was her mom, period, point blank. Like, they were completely opposite of the spectrum. Oh my God, this little girl was gorgeous. She was gorgeous. It was awesome experience. I was able to kind of sit down and talk to her about things and, you know, give her a little bit of insight herself as a mom adopting somebody who's a black woman, a young black woman, shall I say. So, I mean, just me having a conversation with her helped her out. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand that 2 people of the same sex can love each other. Love is love. Doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what color you are. And it boggles my mind that people are still like so weirded out by, you know, there's people still to this day who are weirded out by the fact that I have 2 dads. I could talk about this all day. I can't remember all day, but I'm not going to. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys again for listening. Thank you for just, you know, taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And like I said, I hope you take something from it. I hope you learn something from it. But yeah, I apologize if this video was kind of rambled, scrambled, and all over the place. You know, it's kind of like eggs. Sorry. Like, it happens. I definitely want to open up to you guys more and tell you guys a little bit more about myself and all that stuff. So yeah, but yeah. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please don't forget to turn on those post notifications so that you know when I upload next. All right, guys. Bye. Mwah.